Oops. We live in a world with an abundance of cryptocurrencies. Especially if you're watching guys like coffeezilla, all you'll hear about is these constant crypto scams. So how do you avoid them? I feel like I hear so many stories where people are dumping their hard-earned money into these new currencies, hoping to hit it big, hoping to hit the lottery and get so much money back. I mean, hundreds of times the return on the investment. But how often does that actually happen? In my eyes, the only people I see getting rich from these new cryptocurrencies are the ones who create them, which 9 out of 10 times is an influencer. So, how do you know what to avoid and which ones are actually worth buying into? I want to talk about it a little bit more in depth and kind of give my thoughts on it. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So first of all, shout out to coffeezilla. I love his channel. I think he does a great job of exposing all the bullshit that's out there right now. So shout out to him. Check him out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But I want to address the new cryptocurrencies that are constantly popping up. I mean, they're popping up in the hundreds. So how do you know what's real and what's not? Most of them are scams. Should you ever buy cryptocurrency from an influencer? I don't think so. There are tons of examples from Logan Paul to FaZe Clan to the new Huktua whatever currency. All examples of putting out a cryptocurrency, pushing it really hard on social media, telling everybody to buy it. This one won't be a scam, I swear. This one's legit. You're going to make millions of dollars from it. And then, like nothing. Literally, usually within a couple days of the cryptocurrency coming out, it's down to zero. Only after people have put thousands of dollars into the currency. Somehow it just disappears and the price drops like crazy. So how does this even happen? Usually, most of these influencers creating the cryptocurrency will say, hey, mine's different. We won't rug you, and we'll make sure that whales can't just sell off. So a whale is somebody who buys a shit ton of cryptocurrency, like they buy hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, and then they can just sell it as soon as the price goes up. So usually before it's starting, whether there's a pre-sale or at the very beginning, they'll buy thousands and thousands of dollars worth of crypto. A good majority of what the total is. Let's say there's like 1 million tokens. A whale is somebody who's buying like 100 to 200,000 of those coins. So they have a good percentage of the total coins out there in that market to themselves. And where this creates a problem is if they were to just on a whim decide to sell the majority or all of their share in that coin, the price is going to drop all the way to the floor, practically to zero. So a lot of these influencers say that, oh, you know, we'll set up some terms where you can't sell more than 2% of the total cost of the coin at one time. Sorry, all of a sudden it got really dark and I was trying to see how much it was actually going to affect the lighting in the shot. Now it's getting really light again. So they'll say they put these terms into the coin where they can't just sell all of their shares at once. They can only sell a certain small percentage so it doesn't actually affect the overall value of the coin. But the issue is, it seems like 9 out of 10 times that shit never works. They always seem to have some sort of loophole or some sort of way that they can do it, whether it's dispersing it out to multiple people, having multiple different wallets that are owned by the same person, whatever it is. It seems like there's always a way out of it. And full disclosure, I'm not super in the cryptocurrency world. What I know is really what I've seen off of coffeezilla. I just wanted to kind of do a PSA on like, should you actually be buying this shit or should you save your money? And so I just want to do a very brief breakdown of how they're making all the money. So they'll say they set all these guards in place so they can't sell most of it. Usually there's somehow a loophole, or they didn't actually do what they said they did. They straight up lied and didn't make any sort of condition like that, or they changed the term right before the crypto drops. Then once they sell out, the owner, usually whoever created the coin and who's a part of their team, will all sell theirs, and then the price is going to drop. So they essentially get a good share to start with, a good chunk of the actual overall value of the coins out there. And then they'll push it on social media, so regular people like you and I will go on and buy whatever amount we want to buy. And then now, once they've done all their social media marketing and people are buying, the price goes up and up and up because the demand goes up. And then as soon as it hits the peak, or it gets at least much higher than it was when they started, they dump all of their coins. And since it's such a big percentage of the overall allotment of coins, it tanks the price, sometimes completely down to zero. And most of the time, it seems like the influencers either say, A, they didn't do it, B, if they did and it was somehow their fault, they'll repay the money, or they're going to stick with this coin till the day they die, like whatever Jason Derulo said. He was like, yeah, I'm putting my life's mission is to make sure this coin goes up for my fans. And it's like, dude, nobody believes your shit. No offense, if you're buying coins from Jason Derulo, who's the king of stealing content on YouTube and TikTok, honestly, if he steals it, what'd you expect? You know what I mean? Those guys like that, like, what do you expect? All they want is clout. All they want is fame. So if they take your money, you shouldn't be shocked. So my point is, the whole point of this video, is it ever worth it to buy crypto coin from an influencer? I don't think it is. I've seen too many examples of crypto coins being created by influencers. Like I said, no matter who it is, no matter how much you trust them, it seems to always go bad. Every influencer always says they're going to be different. They're not going to be like the rest. But somehow, some way, it always ends up the same as the rest. So don't dump your hard-earned money into bullshit like that. It's not worth it. I don't care if it's CoffeeZilla creating the coin. You shouldn't buy it. And in fact, he's even said himself that he'll never create something like that. And, you know, he's pretty adamant on not buying it from influencers. And I 100% agree. Like I said, he has a lot more knowledge on this topic than I do. So everything he says about that is true. You should never buy it from an influencer. So when is it safe to buy? So, like I said, whether or not they're popping up through influencers, these coins are popping up by the hundreds. And people like Elon Musk simply making a tweet about Dogecoin can skyrocket the price. And a lot of these are like meme coins, kind of start as a joke and then you buy in. So it's hard to tell what's good and what's not. At the end of the day, they're a gamble. They can go down as quick as they've gone up. The thing is, they can go down at any time. You could buy, $2,000 worth of Bitcoin today, right now, and then you go to bed at night, and at 2 a.m., all of a sudden now it's down from 90,000 to 50,000, and you've lost a huge chunk of your money. We don't really have any safeguards for this stuff. If you watch CoffeeZilla, you know 90% of the time the government can't do anything with these crypto scams. A lot of the time these influencers aren't getting arrested, they aren't getting charged, they aren't going to jail, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to pay back the money, they don't have to face any sort of repercussions. They can just create this coin, rug it out from everyone, and then leave with the money and say, hey, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't know that much about crypto. Well, then why the hell would you start a crypto coin if you didn't know that much about it? So it seems like nobody is getting punished. So until we have better guidelines from the government or whatever it is, as long as there's something that's backing these coins and saying, hey, these guys can't just rug you. It's not saying that they're not liable to go up and down. Just like a stock, that's completely normal. That type of stuff can happen. But the reality is, at this point in time, any random person out there can create their own cryptocurrency and do whatever the hell they want with it. So right now, we're at a point where just because you see Elon Musk, Logan Paul, Jason Derulo, Huck Tua, anybody tweet about it, talk about it on a podcast, doesn't mean it's a good thing. Just because a huge influencer is endorsing it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to be safe. Don't waste your hard-earned money. It's not worth it. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. I mean, think about the people who win the lottery. There's people who every day on their way home from work, or at least every week, whatever, will buy a lottery ticket or a scratcher, just hoping for something. And guess what? 9 out of 10 times, the people that win the Mega Millions or the huge jackpots like that end up dead broke. The reality is, when people come into a ton of money like that really fast, they don't know what to do with it. They didn't have skills before that helped them save money and try and build wealth and get them on the right direction. So all of a sudden now you get millions of dollars and you don't have any of those skills. The millions of dollars just in thin air, it's gone. And it's the same thing with cryptocurrency. I think a lot of you out there really want to hit it big and get that money. And I understand that. I understand wanting to be financially free and not having to worry about going to a job every day or doing something you don't want to do. But that's not the way to do it. At least not now. Maybe in the future there will be better guidelines and more stringent rules on how to govern this whole cryptocurrency world. But for now, there isn't. So if you're going to take anything from this, they're not safe to buy. Save your money. You worked your ass off for it. Don't just give it to these influencers who don't do anything besides get on Twitter and tell you, this is going to be the next big one. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to get thousands of dollars. Everybody's going to get rich. I do this for my fans. They're always lying. I don't care what they say. They're lying. Save your money. With that being said, I'm going to end it there. I know that was kind of a little rant. I just wanted to talk about this shit I've been seeing everywhere. And it's really getting to me how many people are getting screwed over from these influencers constantly. If you guys want to see more stuff like this or have any ideas, leave a comment down below. I want to hear what you guys think. With that being said, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.